Alrighty, welcome back for another Diecast review here. I'm going to try and do another one here since I'm out here doing them at the moment. But this car that I'm doing is not initially the one that I'm going to do a review on. I'm only showing you this car is because this car has a paint scheme that I really loved back in the day from DEI that influenced Junior, and Junior technically raced that paint scheme in 2015, and so this paint scheme on this older car is reminiscent of another one that I like, so they both kind of look almost the same, and I'm just showing you this car because I love this car that I'm about to show you. The paint scheme, immediately when I saw it, the only reason I found this paint scheme or saw this paint scheme was when I was playing a NASCAR game for PlayStation, NASCAR 2004, with Tony Stewart on the cover of the game. I believe it was NASCAR 2004, but I bought the game on PlayStation, and when I was selecting my cars in the game and selecting this car and the driver, I instantly fell in love with that paint scheme, and I use that paint scheme every race, no matter what race it was. I love that paint scheme. It blew my mind. But anyway, eventually I was trying to find this car as a diecast, and I was asking around and asked friends of mine, people I knew, and I really hadn't got into the diecast. I really hadn't got in there yet. I was trying to, I guess, get a grasp on the whole concept of collecting. I believe it was my first car. I can't say for sure. I've been collecting for like 7, 8, 9, 10 years now. It's hard to go back that far and think which one was actually my first one. I think it was a number 8 Budweiser car, standard paint scheme number 8 Budweiser car, I believe is what it was. But I believe this was second or third in my collection. And anyway, I was trying to find this car, and a friend of mine led me to it, told me where to check, found it immediately, placed the order, had it delivered, and it was within a week, few weeks, 2 weeks, week and a half, whatever it was here. And so this paint scheme inspired one of my other favorites, but this car, to give you an idea of who it is, it's a DEI car. Michael Waltrip drove this car back in the day for DEI, the number 15, but this car is just an idea of what the actual diecast review is going to be. But this car is the one that I fell in love with because this paint scheme reminisced one of my others, and this one I'm just showing because I love this car. Like those stripes, the DEI stripes, I love the fact that they came all the way back here, all the way up to the front, and then you got the stars with the blue, and you just got that, all that in there. And then of course you come around again, you got all this, the stars coming around the corner, and then the stripes. So yeah, this was basically the car that started it all for me. This one I fell in love with on the game, and I just had to have it as a diecast. But this isn't really the car I'm reviewing. I just wanted to show you because this car is just the design, or what I like from this other one I'll show you that I'm going to do. But anyway, this is where it all started, and this is the one I really love. Thank you, Michael Waltrip. Really love this paint scheme and design, but really loved it. Glad I have it now. And if anybody's wondering, no, I will never sell this car because it took me a while to find it, and I finally got it, but I love it. Yeah, the number 15 Napa. So, and then of course you got the DEI logo on the trunk lid. But yeah, anyway, love this one. So anyway, in reference to that car, we are going to get into the car that I'm actually going to do a review on. I don't have the box for the car because the box is packed away. All my boxes for these cars are packed away. Mainly the cars that I have displayed on my little desk area here. All the boxes are packed away or boxed up and in my storage room, but I'm not going to go digging them out. But anyway, I got the cars right here so I can do them. But that paint scheme for me was what did it. And then when I saw this 2015 July Daytona race paint scheme, I immediately thought of that one on Michael Waltrip's car. I mean, the resemblance, the look, I mean, it's a little bit different, but it's got almost the same feel. And I fell in love with this car when Dale Jr. drove it at Daytona. And anyway, I'll grab the car here, but I'm not going to bring the car out just yet. But basically, this car was standing still, like in the shop. When you saw photos of it in the shop before it left the shop into the hauler to go to the track, I saw pictures of it on social media from Facebook, Twitter, and when I saw it just sitting in the shop as they just completed the build and the car itself, as it sat, as it was sitting still, this car was, my mouth dropped, my jaw was just, I couldn't believe it. And that's why I say it mimicked that car that I just showed you of Michael Waltrip's. But anyway, here it is. This car almost gave me that same significant look as Michael's, but I loved the stripes, almost reminiscent of the DEI stripes, you know, but this one's a full red, white, and then you got all the blue with the stars. Yeah, they didn't make the stars smaller like on Waltrip's, but I mean, the stars kind of make up, you know, on this one bigger, you know, I get it. But yeah, it was such a beauty. Like his 2015 Daytona car, July Daytona car, and this DIN number is 1931. So yeah, there was I don't actually have the box. Like I said, it's packed away, and I could look on the box how many were made, but I don't really have the box out, and I didn't really want to go looking for it. But yeah, this one happened to be one of my favorites as it sat still. Like, just looking at it, it was gorgeous. Obviously, you get the disappointing bottom. I believe, yes, these ones you actually get the spring movement. That's what I liked. The springs actually move. See, here's my, you know, but yeah, this one, obviously the engine detail. Thank you again, Lionel. Not, but anyway, really on these, this is really the only thing I liked was the suspension. But obviously, as this car sat still, before the race even started or when the race was going on, nobody knew who was going to win that race. And unfortunately, I had already pre-ordered this because I honestly didn't know if he was going to win or not. But just the looks of this car sitting still was amazing. And it's like, I don't care if it's not the race win or not. I have to buy this car as it sat without it being in the, you know, without them starting the race. I just thought it was beautiful the way it looked. And then obviously that night the race was going on, I ended up having to work, so I didn't even get to see the outcome of that race. Not until I got home later the next day and I find out that, or obviously later on that night, I found out he won it. I could not believe it. I was amazed. And so I had to order the race twin. So I got it in the race twin as well. So you got all the little confetti on there, Coke bottles, you know. I think you can see it. Yeah, more right there. All the little tiny Coke bottles, all the confetti, you know. And this car was just amazing. Like, I love the way this car looked. Beautiful. And not to mention this car really did it for me. Like, and then, like I said, finding out that he won, just amazing. I couldn't believe it. Like, yeah, this was yeah, I really didn't like the way the finish ended up with Austin Dillon in the fence. Obviously, nobody likes to see that. It was a horrible crash. Glad everybody walked away. Even Junior was looking in the mirror as he was looking back behind him, and obviously he was like, "Oh my God!" But yeah, that was I couldn't believe it. I'm glad everybody walked away, and obviously Junior was really concerned in victory lane and had, glad he said he was glad everyone was okay, but he was just, yeah, that. But anyway, glad he won this race. Very, very proud of Junior for winning with this car. And so this one, obviously that one that I showed you prior to, the other one, the Junior 88, that was standard edition, non-raced. And then obviously, like I said, when I found out he did win, this is the standard edition. But I also, 2 standard editions, I needed something else because this car to me was just amazing. So I got the color chrome race to win. So obviously you're looking here at, which is supposed to be the black on here, but it's more of like a purple because it's chrome. So just the top half. So the chrome starts right where right where that line in the chrome all the way. Chrome goes up here on the hood, so it comes down here, the Chevy and Chevy SS. But yeah, this is a color chrome race to win. So I've got 3 of this car. Which, yeah, obviously people are going to be like, why do you need 3 of the same car? Well, obviously, case in point, right there. This is why. Reminded me of Michael Waltrip's number 15 DEI car. So, had to have it. Don't really care. Love this car. Beautiful, beautiful design. Speaking of which, I also do have a 4th one in this car, but I still have not yet picked it up. It's sitting at my dealer shop. But it's a commemorative edition car they did, commemorating Junior on, I believe, was it 25, 26 victories throughout his career. So they did like a silver flash coat top, which is like silver, blingy, flake in it. I don't know. But they did a commemorative edition car, and I ordered that one as well. I pre-ordered it years ago, and still haven't been down to pick it up, but I got to go pick it up and get it. But yeah, I got a 4th one of this one, so eventually I will do that one separate sometime whenever I get them. I'm kind of strapped for money, so right now it's not a good time to go get it. But yeah, this one is the color chrome race to win. Beautiful car, all in all. Like I said, I didn't care if it was whether he won or not. I didn't really care because just that car in general, sitting alone without the confetti on it, was gorgeous enough. The first one I showed you, and then of course finding out later he won. Couldn't believe it. I was mind blown, and I was hoping he would have a little bit better season. He didn't do too bad that season, obviously with the new sponsorship Nationwide coming on for 2015 for that year, switching from National Guard. So he went from National Guard in 2014 to having Nationwide insurance in 2015, and he did all right that year. Had a Bud Duel win, had a Talladega win, and then had the Daytona July win. So all in all, it was fairly decent. Never mind. He also had the Phoenix win as well, too. So even though that was a rain-shortened race, I didn't really expect him to honestly win another one that year. But for him to win Phoenix in that same year as well, I mean, it kind of did. All in all, he did good because, 4 wins in 2014 and 3 actual point wins. I mean, yeah, there were 4 wins, but obviously the Clash wasn't a points race, and it didn't allow him to advance to, you know, it was just a race, so he didn't get anything for that. But technically 4, but mainly 3 for moving on, or, you know, 3 actual points races, you know, for him to advance to the playoffs and the final 10 races. But anyway, all in all, yeah, that was a pretty good year as well. I wish he would have had at least a couple more wins, maybe 1 or 2 more. But I really would have liked to have seen him in the Final 4 for that year, racing for the championship in that year. But anyway, so yeah, this car is, oh wow, and just realizing now that this is actually a very low DIN number. Let's just say this DIN number in this car is under 50. DIN number 47. Holy crap. Very good car. And by the way, all these cars that I do my reviews on are not for sale. I will never sell them. It don't matter if you're willing to pay a lot or not. I'm never selling these cars. They mean too much to me, and it took me a long time to get them, or it took me time to save up for them. So yeah, these cars I'm keeping are staying with me forever. But anyway, yeah, this is DIN number 47. Holy cow. Very low DIN. Could not believe it. Very lucky with this one. I'm surprised I even just looked now, because I've never really looked at this one. But anyway, yeah, this is one of my favorites. But alright, anyway, like I said, reminded me of Michael Waltrip's Napa car. But anyway, hit that like, subscribe button, comment down below, let me know what you think, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.